Module 1. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Honeybees are small but incredibly organized insects. Each bee in a hive has a specific role, from the queen, who lays eggs, to worker bees that gather nectar, clean the hive, and care for the young. What makes honeybees especially fascinating is how they communicate with each other. When a bee finds a new patch of flowers, it returns to the hive and performs a waggle dance. This dance shows other bees the direction and distance of the food source, using movements based on the position of the sun. It's a smart way to share important information. Inside the hive, bees work together to control temperature by fanning their wings and building strong wax combs. These combs store honey and protect baby bees. Honeybees also play a key role in pollination, helping many fruits and vegetables grow. Though being small, they are vital to our ecosystems and an amazing example of teamwork in nature.
Model 2. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Beaches around the world attract millions of tourists each year. Some are known for their soft, white sand, while others are famous for surfing or snorkeling. For example, Bondi Beach in Australia is a favorite one for surfers, while Waikiki Beach in Hawaii is known for its calm waters and beautiful sunsets. In Thailand, tourists often visit Maya Bay, which became famous after being featured in the movie. Many beach destinations offer more than just swimming. Visitors can enjoy boat rides, seafood restaurants, beach volleyball, and relaxing sunbathing. Popular beaches also have lifeguards, restrooms, and places to rent umbrellas or equipment. However, popular beaches can become crowded, especially during holidays. Tourists are encouraged to keep beaches clean by throwing trash in bins and respecting local rules. Whether it's for fun, relaxation, or adventure, beaches continue to be one of the most loved travel spots around the world.
Model 3. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Coffee is one of the most popular drinks in the world. Coffee can be prepared and presented in various ways. The effect of coffee on human health is great. However, results are different depending on the reasonable benefits of coffee. Some people love drinking coffee instead of drinking tea. Coffee is prepared from roasted coffee beans. Coffee beans come from coffee plants, which are cultivated in over 70 countries and mainly are in the middle regions of the USA, Southeast Asia, India, and Africa. Once coffee beans are picked, they are processed and dried. Coffee beans also have economic profits. They are one of the mostly traded agricultural crops in the world as well. Coffee cultivation first took place in southern Arabia. It is also believed that coffee drinking traditions appeared in the middle of the 15th century.
Model 4. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. The invention of the first cars changed how people traveled forever. In the late 1800s, German inventor Karl Benz built one of the first gasoline-powered cars. It had 3 wheels and a small engine, and it could only go a few miles per hour. Even though it was slow and noisy, it marked the beginning of a new era. At first, cars were considered a luxury only the wealthy could afford. But that changed when Henry Ford introduced the assembly line in the early 1900s. This new method of building cars made them to produce faster and more affordable. The Model T, Ford's famous car, became one of the most popular cars in history. Early cars had no protective roofs, seatbelts, or windshields. Still, they excited people with the idea of traveling far without using horses. Over time, cars became safer, faster, and more common, changing how people live, work, and connect with the world.
Model 5. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Weddings are celebrated in many unique and meaningful ways around the world. In India, the celebrations can last for several days and include colorful clothing, traditional music, dancing, and ceremonies that bring families together. These events are often joyful and filled with energy. In Japan, some couples choose a shinito ceremony, which is calm and respectful, with the bride and groom dressed in traditional robes and participating in quiet rituals. In Mexico, weddings often include a lively mariachi band, and guests enjoy dancing, laughter, and delicious traditional food. Meanwhile, in Western countries such as the United States and the United Kingdom, weddings usually begin with a formal ceremony and are followed by a reception with food, music, dancing, and speeches. No matter where or how the wedding is celebrated, the focus remains the same: love, family, and a new beginning. Each culture adds its own special touch to this important life event, making every wedding unique and memorable.
Module 6. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. The tulip is a kind of flower. It came from Central Asia and was first grown by Turkish people. A famous European biologist brought the flower into Western Europe and the Netherlands in 1600s. He saw the beautiful flower tulip in the Ottoman palace gardens in Istanbul and took them to plant in the Netherlands. In those times, the tulip was used as a garden decoration and as well as for medical purposes. Tulips soon became famous in the world, especially in Holland. People started to love the tulip across the country. Then, some botanists improved the flower into a more decorative form, and the traders earned quite a lot of money from this trade. In the 20th century, tulips gained a lot of popularity, and now the flower is loved by everyone in the world.
Model 7. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Volcanoes are mountains that form when hot and melted rock from inside the earth comes out through the surface. This melted rock is called magma. The Earth's outer layer, called the crust, is made of big pieces called plates. These plates are always moving. Sometimes they crash into, move apart, or slide past each other. When this happens, cracks can open in the ground and magma can rise up. When too much magma builds up, it pushes through the crack and causes an eruption. Lava, ash, and gases come out during an eruption. When the lava cools, it becomes a hard rock and slowly builds up into a volcano. Many volcanoes are found along the edges of these moving plates. Some volcanoes also form in the middle of a plate, where there is a very hot spot under the ground. Volcanoes can be dangerous, but they also make new land and rich soil.
Model 8. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. A robot is a machine, especially one programmable by a computer that is capable of carrying out a complex series of actions. The first digitally operated and programmable robot was invented by George Deville in 1954 and was called the Unimaid. Commercial and industrial robots are now in widespread use performing jobs more cheaply, with greater accuracy and reliability than humans. They are also employed for jobs that are too dirty, dangerous, or dull for humans. Robots are widely used in manufacturing, packing, transport, and laboratory research. As robots became more advanced, they may be a standard computer operating system designed mainly for robots. It also provides high-level commands for items like image recognition and even opening doors.
Model number 9. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Something is on pizza. Something is in ketchup. Long ago, people thought that something was poison. They thought that if you eat it, you would get sick. You would have water at the mouth. You would feel great pain. You might even die. What was it? It was the tomato. Tomatoes are good to eat. They have lots of vitamin C and A. Vitamin C helps your cuts heal. Vitamin A helps you see. Where did tomatoes come from? They came from South America. People grew and ate them long ago. Explorers brought them back to Europe. People in Italy were growing them by late 1500s. People in the US did not eat them until much later. They thought they were poison. Thomas Jefferson grew and ate tomatoes that they were good to eat.
Module 10. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. A fairy tale is a short story that belongs to the folklore genre. Such stories typically feature magic and fanciful beings. Fairy tales may be distinguished from other folk narratives because of legends and clear, straightforward moral stories. Common elements include dragons, elves, fairies, giants, talking animals, trolls, unicorns, magic. In less technical contexts, the term is also used to describe something blessed with unusual happiness, as in fairy tale ending. Fairy tales occur both in oral and literary form. The history of the fairy tale is particularly difficult to find because only the literary forms survive. Still, According to researchers at universities in Durham and Lisbon, such stories may date back thousands of years, some to the Bronze Age.
Model 11. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. A telescope is a device used to see faraway objects by collecting and analyzing light or other types of electromagnetic waves. Originally, it was an optical instrument using lenses. However, most telescopes today use curved mirrors to gather light from the night sky. The shape of the mirror or lens in a telescope concentrates light. That light is what we see when we look into a telescope. Nowadays, the word telescope refers to a wide range of instruments capable of detecting different regions of the electromagnetic spectrum. In some cases, telescope also includes other types of detectors. In the 20th century, many new types of telescopes were invented.
Model 12. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. The Mississippi River is one of the biggest rivers in the world. It contains more water than the Nile. It is the longest river after the Nile in the world. It takes 3 months to travel the entire river by water. The Mississippi starts in Peru and slowly flows all the way across Brazil to the Atlantic Ocean. The river flows through jungles where it rains for months at a time. In the 16th century, the river served as a barrier that helped the European settlers form borders for New Spain, New France, and the early United States. They also used it as an important transportation. The surface of the Mississippi looks as glass. But under the surface, the water is full of snakes, alligators, and a deadly fish called piranha. There's a lot of life on the surface of the Mississippi River too. Some of the people living along the river built their houses on a wooden flat. This floating structure is tied together with ropes. Then, when the river floods during the rainy season, the water rises.
Model 13. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Tokyo is Japan's noisy capital, known for its mixture of traditional culture and modern innovation. Visitors can explore ancient temples like Sensoji, the oldest Buddhist temple in Tokyo, or enjoy shopping and entertainment in districts like Shibuya and Shinjuku. Tokyo Tower, inspired by Paris's Eiffel Tower, offers stunning city views. Tokyo is also famous for its food. From sushi and ramen to street food in markets, the city offers some of the best cuisine in the world. For a unique experience, don't miss Tsukiji Fish Market or the many themed cafes scattered throughout the city. In addition, public transportation in Tokyo is easy to navigate, with the efficient subway system that takes you almost anywhere you need to go. Don't forget to check out the futuristic Odaiba district that homes to shopping malls, museums, and stunning views of Tokyo Bay. Tokyo truly offers something for everyone, making it a must-visit destination for travelers.
Model 14. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. A rainbow is a natural light display created when light bends, reflects, and spreads out in water droplets. It forms a continuous range of colors in the sky. It appears as a colorful circular arc. Rainbows from sunlight are always seen in the part of the sky opposite the sun. They can be caused by various types of water in the air, such as rain, mist, or spray. Rainbows can be full circles, but usually we only see an arc. This arc is made by light from droplets above the ground. It is centered on a line from the sun to the observer's eye. In a primary rainbow, the arc shows red on the outer part and violet on the inner side.
Model 15. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Children nowadays have many things to play with. They can watch television, they can play video games, or they can surf the internet. But what do you think children did for fun long ago, when there were not any television or computers? At that time, children read books. You can believe it or not, books provide many things that television or computers cannot. As books use only words to tell a story, they can help you to stimulate your imagination. You can imagine the characters and background in your head, and you can also imagine what the characters are feeling. The words and sentences that are used in storytelling are also very interesting. They usually cannot be often found on television or on websites. They are sometimes so beautiful and touching as they can bring tears to your eyes. Books also help us to think harder. As we continue to read, we ask questions to ourselves and try to find answers. In doing so, we test ourselves to think deeper. These are some of the reasons books are so fun to read.
Module 16. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Emin Sabitoğlu was a renowned Azerbaijani composer, celebrated for his significant contributions to music and culture in Azerbaijan. Born in 1937 in Baku, he studied music from an early age, showing remarkable talent. He later continued his education at the Moscow State Conservatory, where he refined his unique musical style. Emin Sabitoğlu became known for composing music for films, plays, and songs that have left a lasting mark on Azerbaijani culture. Over his career, he composed music for more than 40 films and numerous theater productions, blending traditional Azerbaijani melodies with modern styles. His songs, such as Ana and Ayrılık, are still beloved by audiences today. Emin Sabitoğlu also collaborated with prominent Azerbaijani poets to create works. His creative legacy continues to inspire generations, making him a symbol of artistic excellence in Azerbaijan.
Model 17. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Cats and dogs are two of the most popular pets in the world, but they are very different. Dogs are usually very social animals. They like to spend time with people and often need lots of attention. Many dogs enjoy going for walks, playing outside, and learning tricks. On the other hand, cats are more independent. They can spend a lot of time alone and usually take care of themselves. Cats enjoy quiet places and often sleep for many hours in a day. Dogs usually need to be trained to follow commands, while cats often do what they want. Feeding and caring for a dog often takes more time and energy than caring for a cat. However, both animals can be loving companions. Whether someone chooses a cat or a dog often depends on their lifestyle and how much time they can give to their pet.
Model 18. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Burj Khalifa is considered the tallest skyscraper in the world. Its total height is 828 meters. Burj Khalifa is situated in Dubai. It was designed by Adrian Smith. Adrian is a famous architect. The building construction started in 2004 and finished in 2010. The Burj Khalifa has 163 floors. It is mainly made of steel and glass. In the building, there are hotels, restaurants, offices, and apartments. It is so tall that you can see it from anywhere in Dubai. Tourists from all over the world come to see and take pictures of the great view from the top. The building also has the world's fastest elevator. It can travel up to 10 meters per second. Burj Khalifa is considered a true marvel of engineering and architecture. It is a symbol of Dubai.
Model 19. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Europe is home to many famous landmarks that people visit from all over the world. One of the most well-known is the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France. It was built in 1889 and is a symbol of love and beauty. Another important landmark is the Colosseum in Rome, Italy. Long ago, it was used for big shows and battles. Today, people visit it to learn about history. In England, many people visit Big Ben, the giant clock tower in London. It is a symbol of the city and very popular with tourists. In Spain, the Sagrada Familia Church in Barcelona is known for its beautiful and spatial design. Each landmark shows a piece of the country's culture and history. These places remind visitors of Europe's long and rich past, and they continue to inspire people from around the world.
Model 20. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Water pollution is the contamination of water bodies with a negative impact on their uses. It is usually a result of human activities and rising temperatures. Water bodies include lakes, rivers, oceans, aquifers, natural reservoirs, and groundwater. Water pollution results when contaminants mix with these water bodies. Contaminants may include organic and inorganic substances. Water pollution may affect either surface water or groundwater. Control of water pollution requires appropriate infrastructure and management plans. Technology solutions can include improving sanitation, agricultural wastewater treatment, and erosion control.
Model 21. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. American football became a popular sport in the United States. It is played by two teams. There are 11 players in each team. But at first, the game had different rules. It was played mainly in colleges. Each college had its own rules. The first college football game took place between Rutgers University and Princeton University in 1869. At this time, the game was played with 25 players on each team. The ball was round. Over the years, several important changes took place. In 1880, Walter Camp of Yale University suggested a standard set of rules for the game. By the early 1900s, the football became a popular sport across the United States. New rules and regulations were created. However, it remains a popular sport in the United States, with millions of fans watching the game each year.
Model 22. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Natural disasters like earthquakes, floods, and hurricanes can strike at any time, often without warning. That's why it's important to be prepared. The first step is to create an emergency plan with your family. This includes knowing where to meet if you are separated or keeping important phone numbers written down. Another key part of preparation is having an emergency kit. It should include water, durable food, a flashlight, extra batteries, a first aid kit, and any necessary medications. Storing this kit in an easy-to-reach place can make a big difference during an emergency. Listening to weather alerts and staying informed through reliable news sources can also help you react quickly. Practicing emergency drills at home or school prepares everyone to stay calm and take action. While we can't stop natural disasters, planning ahead helps keep us safer and ready to respond when they happen.
Model 23. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Airports are bustling hubs that connect people to destinations across the globe. These large transportation centers are where travelers begin and end their journeys, whether for business, vacation, or other purposes. Some modern airports are equipped with a wide range of services, including restaurants, duty-free shopping, lounges, and even entertainment options like art galleries and spas. One of the key features of airports is security. Before boarding, passengers must pass through security checks to ensure the safety of everyone. Airports also provide various services to make travel more comfortable, such as free Wi-Fi, charging stations, and rest areas. Airports serve as the starting point for international flights, and they often offer services to help visitors navigate the airport easily. Whether it's for short trips or long-distance flights, airports play a vital role in modern travel, making them essential for connecting people from different parts of the world.
Model 24. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Lake Baikal in eastern Siberia is a miracle of nature. It is the deepest lake on the earth with an age of about 30 million years old. Its depth is 1,700 meters and it contains more water than all the Great Lakes of America. It's also the oldest lake on the earth. The water of the lake is crystal clear, and when you can see the shining and the white stones on the bottom of the lake, it's hard to believe they are so deep down. The lake is home to a great number of animals and plants. Many tourists visit the lake every year. They admire the beauty and the wild nature around the lake. Scientists determined that more than 1,500 life forms live in and around this lake, which can be found nowhere else on the earth. It is the world's largest reservoir of drinking water as well. In 1996, Baikal was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Model 25. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Every year, billions of people watch the world's biggest sports events. The FIFA World Cup, held every 4 years, is one of the most watched tournaments globally, bringing together 32 national soccer teams. Another major event is the Olympic Games, which feature a wide range of sports like swimming, gymnastics, track and field, etc. These events not only celebrate athletic skills, but also bring nations together in the spirit of friendly competition. Wimbledon in England is one of the oldest and most respected tennis tournaments, while the Super Bowl in the United States is famous not just for football, but also for its halftime show and commercials. These events attract tourists, boost local economies, and are broadcast in many languages around the world. From cheering crowds to record-breaking performances, major sports events bring people from different nations together, sparking inspiration and unforgettable memories that cross borders and cultures.
Model 26. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. The Global Positioning System, originally Navstar GPS, is a satellite-based navigation system owned by the United States Space Force. The GPS project was started by the U.S. Department of Defense in 1973. The first prototype spacecraft was launched in 1978, and the full constellation of 24 satellites became operational in 1993. GPS works without requiring the user to send data and without relying on phone or internet signals. It provides critical positioning capabilities to military, civil, and commercial users around the world. Although the United States government created GPS, they also control and maintain. It is freely accessible to anyone with a GPS receiver. advances in technology and new demands on the existing system have now led to efforts to modernize the GPS.
Model 27. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. The potato has a fascinating history that dates back thousands of years. It was first cultivated in South America by ancient civilizations like the Incas. When the Spanish arrived in the Americas during the 16th century, they brought the potato to Europe. It quickly became popular in Europe. The potato played a significant role in feeding people during difficult times. As time passed, the potato spread to other parts of the world. It became a main food in various cuisines. Today, the potato remains one of the most essential and widely consumed foods globally. Its widespread cultivation has positive and negative environmental impacts on different regions of the world. In conclusion, the potato has become a global food. Its fascinating history continues to be part of our lives till today.
Model 28. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Train stations are essential parts of modern cities, helping millions of people travel quickly and efficiently. Among the busiest is Shinjuku Station in Tokyo, Japan, which serves over 3 million passengers each day, more than any other station in the world. These massive stations often have dozens of platforms, multiple train lines, and connections to subways and buses. Inside, travelers can find restaurants, shops, waiting areas, and sometimes even hotels and movie theaters. What makes these stations so important is their ability to connect people to work, school, or tourism destinations. In places like Paris's Gare du Nord or New York's Grand Central Terminal, clear signs, maps, and announcements in several languages help visitors find their ways. Stations are usually busiest during rush hours when passengers travel to and from work. Whether local or international, these train hubs are central to the daily lives of millions and will remain key to global transportation.
Model 29. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Neil Alden Armstrong was an American astronaut, an engineer, who in 1969 became the first person to walk on the moon. He was also a naval aviator, test pilot, and university professor. Armstrong was born near Wapakoneta, Ohio, on August 5, 1930. His father was an auditor for the Ohio state government, and the family moved across the state repeatedly, living in 16 towns over and for the next 14 years. When he was 5 or 6, he experienced his first airplane flight in Warren, Ohio. This experience sparked his lifelong interest in flight and space. He made his first space flight as the command pilot of Gemini 8, becoming NASA's first civilian astronaut to fly in space. During training for his second and final space flight as the commander of Apollo 11, Armstrong had to exit the Lunar Landing Research Vehicle just before it crashed.
Model 30. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Marilyn Monroe was born on June 1st, 1926 in Los Angeles, California. Her real name was Norma Jean Mortensen. Marilyn's childhood was difficult. Most of the time, she lived in orphanages. But Monroe always dreamed to become an actress. That's why she moved to Hollywood at the age of 16. She made her film debut in 1948. After that, she quickly became a rising star. She was known for her beauty and talent. Although Monroe was very famous and had many fans, she had health problems. But she continued to work in Hollywood and became a star. Her unique style and glamorous image inspired generations of fans. Monroe died in 1962 at the age of 36. However, people still watch her movies and remember this famous actress.
Model 31. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Street food has become a popular part of daily life in cities around the world. From taco stands in Mexico to noodle stalls in Thailand, street vendors offer quick, tasty, and affordable meals to people on the go. What makes street food so special is that it reflects the local culture, ingredients, and traditions of each place. In many countries, street food has gone from being just cheap snacks to becoming a respected part of national cuisine. Some vendors have even earned international attention for their delicious and creative dishes. Street food is also a social experience. People gather around food trucks, carts, and open grills to eat and connect with others. In places like India, Vietnam, and Turkey, trying street food is one of the best ways to experience the local lifestyle. With its mix of flavor, culture, and community, street food continues to grow in popularity, bringing people together through shared meals and exciting tastes.
Model 32. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. When people choose a hotel, they often look at its rating and reviews. Hotel ratings, like stars from 1 to 5, are based on the quality of services and facilities. A 5-star hotel usually offers luxury features like room service, fine dining, pools, and large rooms. On the other hand, a 2-star hotel may offer only basic comfort and fewer services. Reviews, however, come from guests who stayed at the hotel. These personal comments help future guests know what to expect. A hotel might have a high-star rating, but if recent reviews mention rude staff or poor cleanliness, travelers might avoid it. Both ratings and reviews are important. Ratings give a general idea of the hotel's level, while reviews provide real experiences. That's why Many people check both of them before booking. Learning how to read and compare hotel information helps travelers make smart, comfortable choices during their trips.
Model 33. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Marvel superheroes are really cool and loved by kids all over the world. They have special powers and do amazing things to keep us safe and make us happy. Spider-Man is a famous hero who can climb walls and swing from buildings with his web. He is extremely fast and can jump. Iron Man is another fantastic hero who wears special clothes and can fly in the sky. He's really smart and uses his skills to fight bad guys and protect people. His shield can block anything, making him a strong and brave hero. He fights for what's right and always helps others. Marvel superheroes come together as the Avengers to save the world from really strong and bad guys.
Model 34. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. The history of writing shows how writing systems were developed and how they changed over time with different societies. The three writing systems that developed independently in the Near East, China, and Mesoamerica shared a remarkable stability. Writing brought many social and psychological changes that came with reading, writing, and having a written culture. Each time writing was invented in history, it started from earlier systems called proto-writing. Earlier systems used symbols to show ideas or help memory, but couldn't fully represent spoken language. Writing in the area usually starts with a few simple, incomplete texts. A culture is recognized when it begins writing clear and full texts. Experts don't always agree on the exact time when writing truly began.
Model 35. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Fire safety is the set of practices intended to reduce destruction caused by fire. These measures include actions to prevent uncontrolled fires and to limit their spread and impact. Fire hazards are commonly defined as the threats to fire safety. Fire hazards are situations that increase the chance of a fire or make it harder to escape. Fire safety is often a component of building safety. Owners and managers of a building may implement additional fire policies. Moreover, fire safety is also an objective of electrical codes to prevent overheating of wiring or equipment, and to protect from fire caused by electrical faults. Fire codes regulate such requirements as the maximum occupancy for buildings such as theaters or restaurants.
Model 36. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. As we know, mushrooms are vegetables. More than 3,000 different types of mushrooms are grown around the world. A number of species of mushrooms are poisonous, but some of them can be eaten. For example, most Americans are familiar with the mushrooms they eat on the pizza or in a salad. Mushrooms are also used extensively in cooking in many cuisines, especially Chinese, Korean, European, and Japanese. But except that, most people know very little about this popular vegetable. Some mushrooms are less than 2 centimeters high, while others are more than 38 centimeters. They have strange names as well. Until World War II, most mushrooms were grown in Asia, where they were used in soups and vegetable dishes. But today, the United States is the world's largest seller of mushrooms. From 1986 to 1999, worldwide mushroom production grew from £470 million to £860 million.
Model 37. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Fashion trends have changed dramatically over time, reflecting the values, culture, and creativity of each era. In the 1920s, for example, flapper dresses and short hairstyles represented freedom and change, especially for women. During the 1960s, bold patterns and bright colors became popular as a symbol of rebellion and self-expression. In the 1980s, fashion was known for big hairstyles, shoulder pads, and neon colors, reflecting a desire to stand out. In more recent years, trends like sustainable fashion and minimalism have gained attention, focusing on eco-friendly materials and simple, clean designs. Social media now plays a huge role in how trends spread. Influencers, celebrities, and online stores help popular styles travel around the world in just days. What was once only seen on runways is now quickly adapted into everyday fashion. While styles may come and go, fashion remains a powerful way for people to express their personality, identity, and place in society.
Model 38. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. A calendar is a system of organizing days. This is done by giving names to periods of time, typically days, weeks, months, and years. A date refers to a single and specific day within such a system. Periods in a calendar, such as years and months, are usually synchronized with the cycle of the sun or the moon. The primary practical use of a calendar is to identify days, to be informed about or to agree on a future event, and to record an event that has happened. Days may be significant for agricultural, civil, religious, or social reasons. Calendars are also used as part of a complete timekeeping system. Date and time of day together to specify a moment in time. In the modern world, timekeepers can show time, date, and weekday. Some may also show the lunar phase.
Model 39. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. More than 150 years ago, an English mathematician named Charles Babbage began to build the first computer. He called it the Analytical Engine. But he wasn't able to finish his project. His dream of building a computer was too early at that time. Some of the parts needed for his machine hadn't been invented. For many years, scientists studied Mr. Babbage's plans and ideas. Then, in the early 1940s, an American named Howard built the first modern electric-powered computer. It was named Mark I. But Mr. Howard called this project Babbage's dream come true. Mark I was huge and noisy. It was more than 13 meters long and 2 meters high and had 1 million different parts. It could only do 2 additional problems in 1 second. But today's computers are much quieter and smaller than those early machines. They also work much faster. Some can do more than 1 million math problems in a single second. As a result of this great invention, now we can play our favorite computer game, draw a picture, or learn math facts and do other important tasks.
Unit 40. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Schnell is one of the most iconic and prestigious luxury brands in the world. Founded in 1910 by Gabriel Coco Schnell in Paris, France, the brand began as a small hat shop. Coco Schnell revolutionized women's fashion by introducing styles that prioritized comfort and simplicity without sacrificing sophistication. Her designs, such as the little black dress and the Chanel No. 5 perfume, are now legendary symbols of fashion. Chanel was also one of the first designers to popularize trousers and casual chic for women. Today, its product lines include ready-to-wear collections, handbags, accessories, jewelry, and cosmetics. The Chanel 2.55 handbag, first introduced in 1955, remains one of the most sought-after accessories in the world. Now, under the leadership of Virginie Viard, Chanel remains a symbol of sophistication, tradition, and modernity, continuing to inspire generations around the world.
Model 41. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Steam is a popular digital platform for buying and playing video games. Created by Valve Corporation in 2003, it changed the gaming industry by providing an easy way to purchase, download, and manage games in one place. Steam has a huge library of over 50,000 games across different genres and a strong online community where players can connect, share content, and join discussions. One of its best features is its seasonal sales, offering discounts of up to 90% on games. Steam also supports developers through Steam Workshop, allowing users to create and share game mods. The platform includes features like cloud saves, achievements, and automatic updates. With over 120 million active users, Steam remains a key part of gaming, making it easier and more fun for players worldwide. Its early access program allows gamers to try and support new games before their official release. It helps developers improve their projects with real player feedback.
Model 42. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. The Olympic Games are one of the most ancient and famous events. They took place in the city of Olympia every 4 years. The first games took place in 776 years BC. At that time, the Olympics were only for Greeks. Participants had to go to Olympia 30 days earlier before the starting of the Games. Athletes trained for 10 months. The Games lasted 5 days. On the first day, people promised to obey the rules. On the second day, there were competitions in the group of boys. On the third day, there were competitions between men. On the fourth day, there were horse competitions, and on the last day, the winners were awarded. The Greeks respected the winners of the Olympics. The judges gave the winner a palm branch. When the Roman Empire, which included Greece, changed to Christianity, the Games stopped existing. But later in April, 1896 years in Athens, it started the first modern Olympic Games.
Model 43. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Antoine Griezmann is a famous French footballer known for his skills, versatility, dribbling, and goal-scoring ability. Born on March 21, 1991 in Mâcon, France, he started his professional career with Real Sociedad in 2009. His impressive performance led to a move to Atletico Madrid in 2014, where he became a key player and won the UEFA Europa League in 2018. That same year, he also helped Atletico Madrid lift the UEFA Super Cup. On the international stage, he helped France win the 2018 FIFA World Cup, scoring 4 goals and earning the Bronze Boot. He was also the top scorer and player of the tournament at Euro 2016. After playing for FC Barcelona and winning the Copa del Rey in 2021, he returned to Atletico Madrid in 2022. His return was met with mixed reactions from fans, as some were still upset about his departure in 2019. However, with time and strong performances, he won back the hearts of Atletico supporters, proving his commitment to the club once again.
Model 44. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. The Republic of South Africa, located at the southernmost tip of Africa, is a country rich in history, culture, and natural resources. Known for its breathtaking landscapes such as Table Mountain and Kruger National Park, South Africa is also famous for its gold and diamond mining industries. The nation has 11 official languages reflecting its cultural diversity and is often referred to as a rainbow nation. Nelson Mandela, South Africa's most iconic leader, played a pivotal role in uniting the nation. After spending 27 years in prison, Mandela became the first democratically elected president of South Africa in 1994. Under his leadership, the country transformed into a multiracial democracy, promoting reconciliation and equality. Today, South Africa is a major economic power in Africa, known for its thriving tourism and industries. With a population of approximately 60 million people, it is the third largest economy in Africa. Mandela's legacy continues to inspire efforts for justice and unity worldwide.
Model 45. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. If you ask Americans what their favorite hobby is, most of them will surely answer baseball. Baseball was first introduced in the 19th century by a soldier named Abner Doubleday. At first, it was only a small sport enjoyed by only a few people. Now, there are 30 major league professional teams across the US and Canada, and there are many smaller teams. Baseball is not as widely popular around the world as football. Many Europeans don't even know the rules to the game. However, it is very popular in the Americas and the Far East, and it is beginning to gain popularity in many other countries. In the spring of 2006, a worldwide baseball championship called the World Baseball Class was held in the United States. They made it to advertise the fun of baseball all over the world. Unfortunately, not many countries participated in the games. Hopefully, baseball will one day be accepted by many other countries and will grow into a truly global sport in the future.
Model 46. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Field hockey is a fast and exciting team sport played by millions worldwide. It started in England in the 19th century and is now popular in India, Pakistan, the Netherlands, and Australia. The game is played on grass, artificial turf, or indoor surfaces with 11 players per team, including a goalkeeper. Players use curved sticks to hit a small, hard ball, trying to score goals in the opponent's net. The sport requires speed, teamwork, and good stick handling skills. Field hockey has been in the Olympics since 1908 for men and 1980 for women. The FIH Hockey World Cup and Pro League are among the top tournaments. India has won the most Olympic gold medals in men's hockey, while the Netherlands dominates women's hockey. The fastest powerful shot in hockey was recorded at over 193 kilometers per hour. Field hockey remains thrilling, combining strategy, teamwork, and skills. It's also one of the oldest known team sports, with versions of game played as early as 2000 BC in ancient Egypt and Greece.
Model 47. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. The military of Azerbaijan plays an important role in protecting the country's independence and borders. It includes the Army, Air Force, and Navy, and is officially known as the Azerbaijani Armed Forces. The modern military was established after the country gained independence from the Soviet Union in 1991, though Azerbaijan had an earlier army during its first independence in 1918. The military celebrates June 26 as Armed Forces Day. The armed forces have been modernized in recent years with new weapons training, and technology. Azerbaijan has military partnerships with countries like Turkey and Pakistan, and takes part in peacekeeping missions abroad. One of the most important events in recent military history was the Second Karabakh War. The military used advanced technology, including drones, which played a key role in their success. Today, the Azerbaijani military focuses on national defense, border protection, and regional stability. It continues to train new soldiers and improve its defense systems. The military is seen as a symbol of strength and national pride among Azerbaijani citizens.
Model 48. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Popcorn is a special variety of corn. Each seed contains a small drop of water. Most U.S. popcorn is grown in Nebraska and Indiana states, and also in Texas. Native Americans first discovered popcorn thousands of years ago in Mexico. In 1948 and 1950, a traveler, Herbert Dick, and botanist Earl Smith discovered popcorn in the west of central New Mexico. Popcorn was important to the Aztecs as food and decoration. Even in the past, popcorn was served with sugar and cream for breakfast. In 1885, Charles Cretans from Chicago invented the first popcorn machine. Today, much of the popcorn you buy at movies and carnivals is made in machines manufactured by the Kretas family. Americans eat more than 16,000 kilos of popcorn a year. As a result of an elementary school project, popcorn became the official state snack food of Illinois. January 19 is celebrated as National Popcorn Day and October as National Popcorn Month.
Model 49. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. The 100 Years' War was a long conflict between England and France that lasted from 1337 to 1453. It was not one single war, but a series of battles and peace agreements spread over more than a century. The war began because both countries claimed the right to rule France. English kings believed they had a strong claim through family ties, while the French wanted to keep power within their own kingdom. The war saw many famous battles, such as the Battle of Agincourt in 1415, where the English used longbows to defeat a much larger French army. Another key figure was Joan of Arc, a young French peasant girl who believed God told her to help France. She inspired French troops and helped turn the war in their favor. Joan was later captured and executed, but she became a national hero. The war ended in 1453 with France winning back most of its land. Over 100 years of conflict changed European warfare. strengthened royal power and gave rise to strong national identities in both countries.
Model 50. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Roses have held symbolic meaning for centuries. Roses are admired not only for their beauty, but also for their cultural and historical importance. In ancient Greece and Rome, roses were linked to love and beauty, associated with goddesses such as Aphrodite and Venus. During the Middle Ages, roses became a symbol of secrecy. The phrase sub rosa, meaning under the rose, was used to show that something was meant to be kept secret. In English history, the 15th century War of the Roses was a conflict between two royal families. The red rose represented the House of Lancaster, while the white rose symbolized the House of York. Today, roses convey emotions through color. Red stands for love, white for purity, yellow for friendship, and pink for gratitude. They are used in art, literature, religious ceremonies, and even politics. Several countries, including the United States, have named the rose their national flower. With such widespread influence, the rose remains a timeless emblem of passion, identity, and meaning. Model 51. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Boxing is popular in many countries. Two fighters wear boxing gloves on their hands. A bell rings. The boxers hit each other until one knocks out the other. Each part of the fight is 3 minutes long. It is called a round. But Thai boxing is different. Thai boxing began over 500 years ago. If a soldier lost his weapons in a battle, he needed to fight with just his body. The soldiers learned how to use all the parts of their body. Thai boxing match begins with music from drums and flutes. Then, the two fighters kneel and to pray the god. Next, they do a slow dance that copies the movements of Thai boxing. During this dance, each fighter tries to show the other that he is the best. Then the fight begins. In Thai boxing, the fighters can kick with their feet and hit each other with their elbows and knees. Of course, they hit with their hands too. Each round is 3 minutes long. Then the boxers have a 2-minute rest. Most boxers can fight only 5 rounds because this kind of fighting is very difficult.
Model 52. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Gold reserves are an important measure of a country's economic stability and financial security. Central banks store gold as part of their foreign exchange reserves to protect against economic uncertainty and currency changes. The United States holds the most gold with over 8,100 metric tons, mainly in Fort Knox. Germany follows with around 3,300 metric tons, while Italy, France, and Russia also have large reserves. Gold helps back currencies and boost investor confidence. In economic crisis, countries increase gold holdings to guard against inflation. Emerging economies like China and India are rapidly expanding their reserves. Today, central banks worldwide hold over 35,000 metric tons of gold, worth more than 2.2 trillion US dollars. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, also has about 2,800 metric tons, making it one of the largest holders. Many countries continue to buy gold to diversify their reserves and reduce reliance on foreign currencies like the US dollar.
Model 53. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Solar energy is a renewable and sustainable power source that comes from the sun's rays. It's captured using solar panels and solar thermal systems. Solar energy is one of the fastest growing energy sources and provides a clean alternative to fossil fuels. Solar panels use photovoltaic cells to convert sunlight into electricity. They are used in homes, businesses, and industries. Today, solar power produces about 4% of global electricity. China, the US, and India leads in solar capacity. Solar energy is abundant, eco-friendly, and cost-effective in the long run. Unlike fossil fuels, it doesn't cause air pollution or emit greenhouse gases. Solar farms are becoming more common as technology improves and costs drop. The International Energy Agency's IEA predicts that by 2050, solar energy will be the world's main electricity source. In 2023, global solar capacity reached over 1,200 gigawatts, a record-breaking milestone in clean energy growth.
Model 54. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Bicycle is one of the means of transport. People started making bicycles in the 1800s. Since then, bicycles have grown more and more popular. A German inventor, Karl Dreis, built the first bicycle in 1817. He called his invention the running machine. The structure and wheels of this early bike were made of wood. It had no pedals. A rider could just push the bicycle along with his or her feet. Karl's first successful two-wheeled machine, commonly called a velocipede. In the beginning, it was produced in Germany and France. The first bicycle with pedals was invented by Philip Fischer in 1853. Cycling became more important in Europe over the first half of the 20th century as a safe transport. Over the 1920s, bicycles gradually became considered children's toys, and by 1940, most bicycles in the United States were made for children. Bicycles have always been a funny, cheaper, and reliable transport for men and women of all ages. The design of bicycles has changed over time. However, one thing stays the same: two wheels and a lot of fun. Today, more than 1 billion people around the world ride bicycles.
Model 55. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. The polar regions, the Arctic in the north and Antarctica in the south, are some of the coldest and toughest places to live on Earth. In winter, temperatures can drop below -50 degrees Celsius, and they can be months without sunlight. Animals like polar bears, seals, and penguins have special ways to stay warm, such as thick fur, fat layers, and huddling together. Indigenous people like the Inuit have lived in the Arctic for a long time using fur clothes, hunting skills, and traditional knowledge. Today, scientists work in research stations in these regions to study climate change, melting ice, and the environment. Antarctica alone has more than 70 research stations operated by over 30 countries. Melting ice caused by global warming is a big danger to animals and people living near the coast. The Arctic has lost about 13% of its sea ice per decade since 1979. But even with all these challenges, life in the polar regions shows how strong and adaptable nature can be.
Model 56. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. LeBron James is one of the greatest basketball players of all time, known for his skill, athleticism, and leadership. Born in 1984 in Akron, Ohio, he became a basketball star from a young age. In 2003, he was the first overall pick in the NBA draft, chosen by the Cleveland Cavaliers. He later played for the Miami Heat and the Los Angeles Lakers, winning multiple NBA championships and earning 4 NBA MVP awards. LeBron is also one of the top scorers in NBA history. Off the court, he is a philanthropist who started LeBron James Family Foundation. He opened the I Promise School in Akron to help underprivileged children succeed in school. LeBron is respected not only for his basketball success, but also for his efforts to give back to the community. His work in both sports and education has made him a role model around the world. Model 57. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Diego Maradona was a famous football player from Argentina. He was born on October 30, 1960. He grew up in a poor neighborhood. When he was only 15 years old, he started playing for Argentina's juniors. In 1986, during the World Cup, Maradona became a hero for Argentina. He helped his team win the championship with some amazing goals. One of the goals was called the goal of the century because it was so incredible. Maradona also played for other teams like FC Barcelona and Napoli. He won championships with Napoli and was loved by the people there. However, he faced some problems in his personal life. Sadly, on November 25, 2020, Maradona passed away at the age of 60. He will always be remembered for his talent, and he inspired many people around the world who loved football.
Model 58. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Jazz music is a uniquely American art form that began in the early 20th century in New Orleans. It's known for improvisation, rhythms, and expressive melodies. Jazz blends African, European, and Caribbean musical traditions to create a unique sound. This combination makes jazz a rich and diverse genre with many different influences. The music became popular in the 1920s, a period called the Jazz Age. It was a time of culture change and artistic growth that shaped modern music and society. Early pioneers like Louis Armstrong and Duke Ellington helped shape jazz. Famous musicians like Miles Davis, John Coltrane, and Billie Holiday expanded jazz's influence worldwide. Jazz also played a role in cultural expressions and the civil rights movement. Today, jazz remains popular globally, with over 40 major jazz festivals held every year, including the famous Montreux and Newport Jazz Festivals. The genre is loved for its freedom, complexity, and emotional depth.
Model 59. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Marie Curie was a pioneering scientist whose groundbreaking work in radioactivity earned her multiple Nobel Prizes. Born in Warsaw, Poland, in 1867, she moved to Paris to pursue higher education at the Sorbonne, where she excelled in physics and mathematics. Along with her husband, Pierre Curie, she discovered the elements polonium and radium, which were key to understanding radioactivity, a term she coined. Her research revolutionized science and paved the way for advancements in medicine, particularly in cancer treatment through radiotherapy. Marie Curie made history as the first woman to win a Nobel Prize, receiving the Physics Prize in 1903 with Pierre Curie and Henri Becquerel for their work on radioactivity. In 1911, she became the first person ever to win a second Nobel Prize, this time in chemistry. Despite her immense achievements, Curie faced significant challenges as a woman in science during her time. Her legacy continues to inspire generations, symbolizing dedication, resilience, and intellectual brilliance.
Model 60. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Netflix was founded in 1997 by American businessmen Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph. It's one of the best online services in the world. This online account offers TV shows, unlimited movies, cartoons, and more than thousands of devices through the internet. It has more than 223 million subscribers worldwide now. Users can enjoy it anywhere and anytime with it. Although the company is available in more than 190 countries, there are also other countries that don't use it. For example, China, Syria, and North Korea. Customers should sign in with their Netflix account to watch directly on the web. They can download their favorite shows with their mobile phones. There is also Netflix Kids, which is included in the membership. It gives parents control while kids take pleasure in watching it. Today's most popular service earns about $1 billion every single month. Its annual income is over $11 billion. Nowadays, Netflix is becoming popular all over the world.
Model 61. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. The World Bank was established in 1944 during the Bretton Woods Conference to help rebuild economies devastated by World War II. Initially named the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, IBRD, its primary focus was to provide loans for infrastructure and support development projects in war-torn nations. Over time, its mission expanded to address global poverty, promote sustainable development, and reduce inequality in developing countries. Today, the World Bank consists of 5 institutions, including the IBRD and the International Development Association, IDA, which provide financial and technical assistance to over 100 nations. Key areas of focus include health, education, climate change, and infrastructure. Notable initiatives include funding for renewable energy projects and programs to support economic recovery in developing nations. The World Bank's efforts have played a critical role in improving living standards worldwide, although it has faced criticism over the impact of some projects and its lending policies. Model 62. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. During World War II, Azerbaijan played a crucial role through its oil industry. At the time, Baku was one of the world's leading oil-producing regions, supplying the Soviet Union with approximately 75% of its oil. This vast production capacity made Azerbaijan's oil a vital resource for fueling tanks, airplanes, and other military vehicles essential for combat operations. The Red Army relied heavily on this supply, and it was one of the key factors that enabled the Soviet Union to maintain its military strength during the war. The strategic importance of Azerbaijan's oil fields also made them a target for Nazi Germany. Adolf Hitler launched Operations Edelweiss in 1942, an offensive aimed at capturing the Caucasus region and securing Baku's oil resources. However, the German forces were stopped at the Battle of Stalingrad, preventing them from reaching Azerbaijan. After the war, Azerbaijan's oil industry declined due to over-extraction and damage to the oil fields. In 2020, Azerbaijan was officially recognized by Russia for its major contributions to the Soviet victory in the World War II.
Model 63. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. The Inuit are special people. The old name was Eskimo. It means eater of meat. In 1977, the Eskimos changed their names to Inuit. Inuit means the people in their language. They live in very cold places, Siberia, Alaska, Greenland, and Canada. There are about 120,000 Inuit in the world today. In the past, their life was hard. They lived in houses made of snow. The Inuit hunted for all their food. The men traveled in the snow on sleds. About 10 dogs pulled a sled. The men killed fish and other animals. Then they went home and shared their food with other families. The women made clothes from animal skins. The Inuit need money as well. They sell animal skins to Canadians. Today, their lives are very different in Canada. Most Inuit live in villages. Their houses are made of wood. They buy food and clothes from stores. They use the telephone, television, and the internet. In the 1970s, the Inuit wanted to control their land. In 1999, the Canadian government agreed. The government gave a piece of land in the north of Canada. The name of the land is Natavut. It means our land in their language.
Model 64. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Wilma Rudolph was a legendary American sprinter who overcame great physical challenges to become an Olympic champion. Born in 1940 in Tennessee, she contracted polio as a young child and wore a leg brace for much of her early life. Doctors didn't believe she would ever walk again. But with determination and therapy, she learned to walk and then started running. In 1960, she competed in the Summer Olympics in Rome and made history by becoming the first American woman to win 3 gold medals in a single Olympic Games. She won the 100 meters, 200 meters, and the 4x100 meter relay. Wilma Rudolph won a total of 4 Olympic medals, including 3 gold medals and 1 bronze medal, throughout her distinguished athletic career. Her achievements brought international recognition and broke racial and gender barriers in sports. After retiring from athletics, she dedicated her life to working with youth and promoting education through sports. Wilma's life remains a symbol of resilience, perseverance, and hope for people around the world.
Model 65. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Unmanned aerial vehicle, UAVs, commonly known as drones, are one of the biggest advancements in modern technology. These devices can fly autonomously or can be controlled remotely without a pilot on board. Originally developed for military use, drones are now widely used in architecture, mapping, logistics, disaster management, and media. Their lightweight design and advanced sensors allow them to perform tasks with high precision and efficiency. One major benefit of UAVs is their ability to complete dangerous jobs without risking human lives. In agriculture, they help monitor crops and spray pesticides, while in logistics, they enable fast delivery services. UAVs also assist in search and rescue missions, helping locate missing people in hard-to-reach areas. The global drone market is growing rapidly, expecting to reach $54 billion by 2030, with over 900,000 commercial drones registered in the US alone. As artificial intelligence and battery technology improve, drones are becoming even more powerful, making them essential in many industries.
Model 66. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Forests can be found all around the world. Forests, which are often called the lungs of the planet, are still considered the most important part of the landscape. Forests protect the earth from damage and prevent habitat loss, pollution, and climate change. There are many different plants and animals that use the forest as their home. In the forest, small animals eat the fruits, nuts, mushrooms, and insects. They walk around from tree to tree and jump from branch to branch. Large animals eat smaller animals. Other animals eat seeds and shrubs. Many different types of trees live in the forest. Trees drop their leaves during the autumn to save water on the floor of the forest. Forests are also fun places to visit. A person who wants to see and hear the real sounds of the forest must sit quietly and listen with his or her eyes and ears.
Model 67. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. British culture is known for politeness, tradition, and a strong sense of history. People in the UK often value manners and say please and thank you frequently. Waiting in line is seen as a sign of respect and fairness. British humor is also unique and often includes irony, understatement, and sarcasm. Afternoon tea, which involves drinking tea with small sandwiches and cakes, is one of the most iconic cultural traditions. The UK is home to world-famous institutions like the BBC and Shakespeare's Globe Theatre. Literature, music, and fashion have also played major roles in shaping British identity. Although the UK is made up of England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, people often identify with both their region and their country. Multiculturalism has become a part of modern British life, with people from many backgrounds contributing to society. According to surveys, over 80% of British people drink tea regularly. The UK has more than 120 Nobel Prize winners in fields like science, literature, and peace. British culture is a blend of old customs and modern global influences.
Model 68. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Audi is one of the world's top car manufacturers, known for its luxury vehicles and advanced technology. Its four-ring logo represents the union of four companies that formed Auto Union, the early version of Audi. Today, Audi is famous for its stylish design, high performance, and premium interiors. Popular models include the Audi A4, Q5, and R8. Audi was the first car maker to win the 24 Hours of Le Mans with a hybrid car, the Audi R18 e-tron Quattro. Audi vehicles feature innovations like the Quattro all-wheel drive system and advanced safety technologies. The company is also moving toward sustainability with electric vehicles like the Audi e-tron series. Audi ensures quality by putting every car through more than 100 safety tests during production. These efforts make Audi a top choice among drivers who value both performance and innovation.
Model 69. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Rafael Nadal is a well-known and successful Spanish tennis player. He was born on a Spanish island called Majorca on 3rd June 1986, where his family lived. He started playing tennis when he was 3. Although he was right-handed, he changed to playing left-handed when he was 8 years old. He also really liked football but stopped playing because he needed more time for school. His uncle Tony helped Rafael to become a professional. When Rafael was 14, the Spanish Tennis Federation wanted Rafael to leave the island of Majorca and move to Barcelona. However, his family didn't want this, so the Spanish Federation decided to reduce the financial help for Rafael's career. The decision of the Spanish Federation was very stupid and very typical. But nothing could stop Rafael. Rafael tried to win Wimbledon twice and took the title from his friend Roger Federer in 2008. They played the longest Wimbledon final ever. Hero and former champion John McEnroe called it the best tennis match in history. In the same year, Rafael became the best player in the world.
Model 70. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. The first mobile game changed entertainment forever, making gaming a key part of mobile technology. In 1994, Tetris was pre-installed on the Hagnac MT2000, marking the start of mobile gaming. However, the real breakthrough came in 1997 when Nokia's 6110 featured Snake, a simple but addictive game where players guided a growing snake to collect dots while avoiding crash. Snake quickly became a global hit, proving that mobile games could engage millions. Its success encouraged phone makers to add more interactive features. As technology improved with touchscreens and app stores, mobile gaming evolved. This led to the creation of famous games like Angry Birds and Candy Crush Saga, making mobile gaming a massive industry. It started with basic games on early phones and has grown into a multi-billion-dollar market that continues to expand and entertain today. Today, over 2.7 billion people play mobile games worldwide, and the industry is worth over $90 billion.
Model 71. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Maracana Stadium is one of the most famous sports arenas in the world. It is located in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and opened in 1950 for the FIFA World Cup. At the time, it was the largest stadium in the world, with space for over 200,000 people. It hosted the famous final between Brazil and Uruguay, known as the Maracanazo. Today, the stadium has been modernized and holds about 78,000 spectators, making it the biggest stadium in Brazil. Maracana has hosted major events such as the 2014 FIFA World Cup final, which was won by Germany, and the 2016 Rio Olympics ceremonies. It is also the home stadium for two popular football clubs, Flamengo and Fluminense. Because of its history and connection to Brazilian football, the Maracana is seen as a symbol of sports and national pride in Brazil. In 1989, the stadium welcomed Pope John Paul II and over 180,000 attendees during a religious event. Ahead of the 2014 World Cup, it underwent a major renovation that cost approximately $500 million. Model 72. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Bruce Lee was born in Chinatown in San Francisco in 1940. But his parents soon moved back to Hong Kong, where the place is his motherland. His father, Li Hoi Xuan, was a famous opera singer and actor. His mother, Grace, was a wealthy aristocrat. In 1957, Li won the Hong Kong High School Boxing Championship and then became the Hong Kong champion for 1958. At the age of 18, he returned to the United States where his sister and brother lived. He studied drama and philosophy at the University of Washington in Seattle. After a while, he had the chance to be a character of the very famous TV series Kung Fu. But director didn't want to have a Chinese person as a star of the series. So he came back to Hong Kong. Bruce immediately made 3 very successful films with director Raymond Chow called The Big Boss, Fist of Fury, and The Way of the Dragon. His last film, Enter the Dragon, was also very popular. The movie has made more than $200 million. Bruce Lee was a philosopher too and wrote a lot of books. He believed that all knowledge eventually became self-knowledge.
Model 73. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Azerbaijan is famous for its burning mountain, Yanardagh, which has flames that naturally rise from the ground. This natural gas fire has been burning for many years and is fueled by underground gas leaking. Azerbaijan is located on the Caspian Sea and is one of the leading countries in gas production in the region. The country has large natural gas fields, such as Shah Deniz, which supplies energy for both local use and international markets through the Southern Gas Corridor. This major pipeline system stretches over 3,500 kilometers and delivers Azerbaijani gas to Europe. In 2022, Azerbaijan produced over 46 billion cubic meters of natural gas, showing its growing role in global energy supply. In ancient times, the constantly burning flames influenced the Zoroastrian religion, which regarded fire as sacred. Today, natural gas continues to play a big role in Azerbaijan's economy, energy policy, and tourism. Yanardağ attracts visitors from around the world, showing how natural gas is not only useful for energy, but also a unique natural wonder.
Model 74. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Terraforming and colonizing Mars is a growing topic in science and space exploration. Scientists and engineers are exploring ways to make Mars livable for humans by changing its environment. This includes warming the planet, creating oxygen, and building protective habitats. Mars has a thin atmosphere, cold temperatures, and no liquid water on the surface, making it difficult for life. One idea for terraforming is releasing greenhouse gases to warm the planet over many years. Elon Musk and space agencies like NASA are working on plans to send humans to Mars in the coming decades. NASA's Perseverance rover landed on Mars in 2021 to search for signs of ancient life and collect rock samples. Robotic missions have already collected data about Mars' surface, climate, and resources. Mars is located about 225 million kilometers from Earth on average, making travel long and complex. Colonizing Mars could help humans expand beyond Earth and learn how to survive in extreme environments.
Model 75. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Abraham Lincoln was the 16th President of the United States, who served as an American lawyer, politician, and statesman. He was famous for leading the country during the hard times of America. He was able to keep the country strong and together. He improved himself by self-studying. He studied law and began to work as a lawyer. Later, Abraham Lincoln became a politician who was against slavery. He wanted to stop slavery for the development of the country, but southern states didn't agree with him. He collected an army from northern states to fight against the South. Later, a bloody war began, and it ended after 4 years. At the end, Lincoln was able to keep the states together. After the war, Lincoln decided to rebuild the country. He wanted to make big changes in southern states. Unfortunately, he didn't see it. Abraham Lincoln was killed on April 15, 1865 in Washington.
Model 76. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. The Inca civilization was one of the largest and most advanced civilizations in South America before European colonization. The Inca Empire stretched across parts of present-day Peru, Ecuador, Bolivia, and Chile. They built a complex network of roads, stone cities, and agricultural terraces in the Andes Mountains. One of their most famous cities is Machu Picchu, built around the 15th century and located high in the mountains of Peru. It was unknown to the outside world until its discovery in 1911 by explorer Harm Bingham. Machu Picchu is admired for its advanced engineering, stone construction, and stunning location. The Incas practiced farming on hills and worshipped the sun god Inti. The Incas did not have writing. Instead, they used a method called quipu. They tied small loops in ropes to help them remember things. Inca people used quipu to keep track of food, people, and money. Over 600 quipus have been found, and they help us understand how the Inca managed their large empire. Today, Machu Picchu is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the most visited tourist attractions in South America.
Model 77. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. The Black Death was one of the most devastating events in European history. It struck Europe in the mid-14th century, starting around 1347, and continued for several years. The disease was likely caused by bacteria carried by rats. As ships traveled between Asia and Europe, the infection spread quickly through busy ports. The plague caused fever, swelling, and death, often within days. Historians estimate that the Black Death killed about 25 million people in Europe, nearly one-third of the population at the time. The effects were not only medical but also social and economic. With fewer people alive, there were labor shortages, which gave surviving workers more power and better wages. Many people questioned traditional beliefs, and this led to changes in religion, art, and science. Cities became cleaner over time as people learned about hygiene. The Black Death also caused fear, blame, and violence in many communities. Despite its horror, the plague changed Europe in lasting ways and led to important developments in public health and society.
Model 78. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Okinawa is a place which is famous for its ocean, better soft beaches. It is located between Taiwan and Japan. Although this adorable land is an official part of Japan, its language and culture differ from Japanese. This place is known as a center of longevity. As if people refuse to die. There are hundreds of people living over 100. So the island is considered the healthiest place on the earth. The Okinawans have fewer chronic illnesses, such as cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. Their food is full of nutrients and vitamins. There is no winter there. The temperature reaches 20 degrees Celsius here, even in colder months. People grow all their vegetables and fruits in their gardens. All restaurants serve an organic longevity menu, which is cooked with only organic seasonal vegetables. Actually, people don't try purposefully to live as long as possible. because they all come together, eat, dance, do exercise and work. They don't worry, but just move on. Even after retirement, people have a simple lifestyle as well.
Model 79. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Comets are icy space objects that orbit the Sun and develop glowing tails when they come close to it. They are made of rock, dust, and frozen gases, and are sometimes called dirty snowballs. As a comet approaches the Sun, its ices turn into gas and a long tail that can stretch millions of kilometers. Comets have fascinated humans for centuries and were once seen as mysterious or unlucky signs. One of the most famous is Halley's Comet, which appears roughly every 76 years. Scientists study comets to learn about the early solar system because these objects are very old and unchanged. Space missions like Rosetta have even landed on comets to collect data. Comets are now known to be natural and beautiful parts of the universe. Their sudden appearance in the night sky still excites astronomers and the public alike. In 1997, comet Hale-Bopp became visible to the naked eye for a record 18 months. There are over 3,700 known comets currently tracked by astronomers.
Model 80. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. The Baku State Puppet Theatre, also known as the Doll Theatre, is one of Azerbaijan's most unique and beloved cultural institutions. Located in the center of Baku, the theatre was originally built as a cinema in 1910 and was later turned into a puppet theatre in 1931. It features beautiful architecture with a decorated front part of the theatre and a charming atmosphere inside. The theatre presents performances for both children and adults using handcrafted puppets and original music. Popular plays often include fairy tales, Azerbaijani folklore, and classic stories from world literature. Experienced people who perform with puppets bring characters to life through movement, voice, and lighting effects. The Doll Theatre is not only a place for entertainment, but also a space for learning, as it helps children understand storytelling, creativity, and teamwork. The theatre has a seating capacity of around 300 and holds over 100 performances each year. The theatre continues to be a favorite destination for families and tourists visiting Baku. Model 81. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Traveling is very popular nowadays. A lot of people travel to different countries if they have such an opportunity. Traveling allows you to get interesting experience, learn about people's life in other countries and continents. I think it is very interesting to discover new things, new places, and different ways of life. While on travel, you meet new people, Try different meals. See world-famous places with your own eyes. There are many ways of traveling: by train, by plane, by ship, on foot. If you want to visit a far country, you'll definitely choose a flight. If your aim is to see many countries for a short time, you'll choose traveling by bus or by car. If you want to be closer to nature, you may choose a trip on foot. Lots of people nowadays live in big cities, so it is natural that they want to have a holiday by the sea or in the mountains with nothing to do but relaxing. There are other sorts of travelers. They want to visit as many countries as possible. People who travel a lot are very interesting. They always have a good story to tell. Thanks to them, we can learn many things which we didn't know before. They motivate to see something new, to explore the world, which is so easy to do nowadays.
Model 82. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Bullying in school environments is a serious problem that affects millions of students worldwide. It involves repeated aggressive behavior intended to harm or control another student. Bullying can be physical, verbal, or social, such as spreading rumors or excluding someone from a group. Victims often experience stress, anxiety, and lower academic performance. In some cases, bullying can lead to long-term emotional damage and even school dropout. Schools are working to prevent bullying by creating safe spaces, educating students about respect, and encouraging them to report problems. Anti-bullying programs also involve teachers, parents, and school counselors. Students who bully others may face discipline and are often encouraged to attend behavior improvement programs. According to UNESCO, about 1 of 3 students worldwide has experienced bullying at least once in the past month. Studies show that schools with strong anti-bullying policies have better student relationships and higher attendance rates. In the U.S., National Bullying Prevention Month is observed every October to raise awareness and promote kindness. Ending bullying requires teamwork, awareness, and support from the entire school community.
Model 83. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. In 1914, British explorer Ernest Shackleton began a brave expedition to cross Antarctica from one side to the other. His ship, the Endurance, became trapped in thick sea ice in the Weddell Sea and was slowly crushed. Shackleton and his 27 crew members were forced to survive in freezing temperatures, far from any help. They set up camps on drifting ice and waited for months, hoping the ice would release them. When that didn't happen, they used small boats to travel to Elephant Island. From there, Shackleton and 5 men made a dangerous journey of over 1,300 kilometers across the ocean in just 16 days to find rescue. The Endurance finally sank in November 1915 after being stuck in ice for more than 10 months. thanks to Shackleton's strong leadership, all 28 men survived the 2-year ordeal. His bravery and care for his crew made the expedition a powerful symbol of courage, endurance, and teamwork. In 2022, over 100 years later, the wreck of the Endurance was discovered on the seafloor, almost perfectly preserved. Model 84. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. The snow leopard lives in a rocky mountain caves in Central Asia. The animal's beautiful, soft, grey fur covers with black or brown round spots. Its heavy fur protects the animal from very cold. The snow leopard uses its tail both to balance and wrap around its body. It covers its nose and mouth at freezing temperatures. The bottoms of its large, furry paws help it to protect the pads from the cold and sharp rocks. The snow leopard is like other big cats in some ways, but has differences as well. For example, other big cats row, but they don't. And the snow leopard doesn't lay down when it feeds. Most leopards hunt at night, but snow leopards hunt in the early morning and late afternoon. In spring, a female snow leopard has kittens from 1 to 4. They stay with their mother through their first winter, then begin hunting on their own. In fact, the snow leopards are endangered species. They have been hunted for their fur and bones, which are used in some Chinese medicines. Scientists estimate there are only from 4,000 to 7,000 species left in the wild. You may be able to see one in a zoo.
Model 85. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Some species of snakes are not only feared but also highly valued. Certain snakes are used in traditional medicine, especially in parts of Asia, where their venom, skin, and meat are believed to have healing properties. For example, the venom of the cobra is used in small amounts to relieve joint pain and improve blood circulation. In some cultures, snake soup is thought to boost energy and fight illness. Rare snakes, such as the albino ball python or the blue coral snake, can be very expensive, selling for thousands of dollars as exotic pets. Snake venom is also used in medical research to develop treatments for heart attacks, blood diseases, and cancer. A single gram of some snake venom can cost over $1,000 due to its scientific value. Each year, more than 100,000 people die from snake bites globally, which drives research into better antivenom. In China alone, over 3 million snakes are farmed yearly for food and medicine. While snakes are often misunderstood, they continue to play an important role in medicine, culture, and even luxury markets around the world.
Model 86. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. If Earth suddenly stopped spinning, the results would be very serious. The planet currently spins at about 1,670 kilometers per hour at the equator. If it stopped all at once, everything not connected firmly to the ground, such as people, buildings, and oceans, would keep moving at that speed. Winds and ocean currents would shift quickly, leading to extreme storms and floods. One side of Earth would stay in sunlight all the time and get very hot, while the other side would remain dark and get very cold. Gravity would stay the same, but Earth's shape could change and become more round without the outward push from spinning. Earth's middle is currently about 21 kilometers wider than the poles, but this difference could shrink. Large satellites around Earth would also be affected, as they rely on Earth's rotation for positioning and timing. Day and night would also stop changing normally, making life very difficult for plants and animals. Scientists say the chance of this happening is almost zero, but it shows how important Earth's motion is for life on the planet.
Model 87. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Recycling is the process of turning used waste and materials into new products. This stops useful materials from waste. It also helps reducing energy usage and pollution. Recycling is a part of the waste clearing pyramid: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Different materials can also be recycled, including paper, plastic, glass, metal, textiles, and electronic equipment. The idea of recycling isn't anything new. It is historically shown that humans have been recycling various materials for thousands of years. For example, recycled paper can be made from 3 different types of paper. But recycling plastics can be more difficult than other materials. Plastics are not typically recycled into the same type of plastics. Aluminium can be recycled from cans, bicycles, computers, cars, planes, and other materials. So recycling is a long process, but it is useful for a clean environment.
Model 88. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. The idea of superhuman abilities has fascinated people for years, and science is beginning to explain some of them. While no one can fly or become invisible, certain people have abilities that seem far beyond normal. For example, some individuals have an exceptional memory called eidetic memory, which lets them remember images in great detail. Others can hold their breath for long periods. In 2021, a free diver named Budimir Soba held his breath for over 24 minutes, setting a world record. Some people are born with rare genes that make their bones stronger or help them resist pain. Scientists are studying how genes, training, and the brain all play a part in these abilities. Studies show that with the right training, people can improve memory, strength, and focus. These skills may seem superhuman, but they are often the result of hard work and natural differences. While comic book powers are still fiction, real science shows us that The human body and mind are more powerful than we once believed.
Model 89. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Some old laws are so strange that it's hard to believe they still exist today. In Singapore, chewing gum is banned in public places, and bringing it into the country can result in a fine. In Venice, Italy, feeding pigeons in the famous St. Mark's Square is illegal to help protect historical buildings from birds. In Australia, it's against the law to change a light bulb unless you are a licensed electrician, though this rule is rarely enforced. One of the most unusual laws is in England, where it is technically still illegal to handle a salmon in suspicious circumstances, according to a 1986 law. These rules may sound funny, but they were created for specific reasons, often related to health, safety, or protecting public property. While some laws are outdated, they remain on the books unless officially removed or updated by lawmakers. In Thailand, it is illegal to step on money because it shows the king's image, and doing so is considered disrespectful. Model 90. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Dr. Percy Julian's story is a tale of hard work, determination, and bravery. He was born in 1899 in Alabama. He faced racial discrimination, but his love for chemistry drove him forward. Many schools denied him, but he finally got accepted to Harvard University. He earned his master's degree in 1923. Becoming Dr. Percy Julian in 1931, he devoted his life to studying plant chemicals. He used these chemicals in a lab to create medicines accessible to more people. His discoveries helped treat eye diseases and ease bone pain. Additionally, he invented products to fight fires and preserved food. After years of working in Chicago, he opened his own lab and started a school to train young chemists. Dr. Percy Julian passed away in 1975, but his legacy lives on. His contribution to science continued to benefit millions of people to this day.
Model 91. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Some people in the world still live without contact with modern society. These isolated tribes continue their ancient way of life, often deep in forests or on remote islands. One of the most well-known is the Sentinels tribe of North Sentinel Island, located in the Indian Ocean. The Sentinelese have lived there for thousands of years and strongly resist any outside contact. In fact, it is illegal for outsiders to visit the island, as even small illnesses could be deadly for them due to lack of immunity. Governments in countries like India and Brazil have passed laws to protect these tribes by limiting access to their regions. Most of these communities survive through hunting, fishing, and gathering natural resources. Scientists sometimes observe them from a distance using drones and satellites to avoid disturbing their way of life. Today, there are estimated to be over 100 uncontacted tribes, with more than 60 of them living in the Amazon rainforest. These tribes give us a rare look at how early humans may have lived and help researchers understand cultural survival in different environments.
Model 92. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. About 66 million years ago, a huge asteroid hit Earth near today's Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico, creating what is now known as the Chicxulub crater. This impact is believed to have caused the extinction of about 75% of all species on Earth, including every dinosaur. The asteroid released a massive amount of energy, which led to giant wildfires, powerful tsunamis, and huge clouds of dust that rose into the sky. This dust blocked sunlight, cooled the Earth's surface, and disrupted ecosystems and food chains around the world. One strong clue that supports this theory is a thin layer of clay-rich iridium. This rare metal is more common in asteroids than on Earth, found all over the globe. The sudden environmental changes made survival impossible for many species, but they gave mammals a chance to grow and evolve into new forms. Scientists today still watch space closely for asteroids that could pose a threat. Researchers estimate the asteroid that hit Earth was about 10 kilometers wide, releasing energy equal to billions of nuclear bombs.
Model 93. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. For thousands of years, the population of the world increased gradually. Today, the world's population grows by 76 million people every year. The Earth doesn't have the natural resources to support these many people. Fresh water, for example, is crucial for health and food production. However, more than 97% of the water on Earth is salt water, which is poisonous to both people and crops. Only 3% of the water on Earth is fresh water, and 3/4 of that fresh water is frozen at the North and South Poles. Today, the demand for fresh water is greater than the supply in roughly 80 countries around the world. By 2025, scientists predict that 48 countries will have chronic shortage of water. The amount of land we can use to produce food is also limited. Today, roughly 11% of the land on Earth can be used for crops, while another 20% is available for raising animals. Each year, however, more of this land is lost as cities grow and roads stretch across the land. Clearly, the number of people that the Earth can support in the future will depend on many things.
Model 94. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Multitasking is the act of performing multiple tasks simultaneously. Research shows that it can have both positive and negative effects. While it may help complete simple and repetitive tasks efficiently, multitasking often reduces overall focus and performance for complex activities. Studies indicate that multitasking can decrease productivity by up to 40% due to frequent task switching, which disrupts cognitive processes. Additionally, the brain's ability to effectively process information diminishes when it is overloaded with multiple demands. One of the significant drawbacks of multitasking is its impact on memory and decision-making. The University of California found that people who multitask frequently are more likely to struggle with filtering out irrelevant information. However, in certain contexts, such as emergency response or managing automated systems, multitasking can be beneficial when supported by proper training and tools. Long-term multitasking has also been linked to increased stress and reduced mental well-being. Understanding these impacts can help individuals balance tasks effectively and focus on quality over quantity in their daily lives.
Model 95. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Reflexology is a type of therapy that involves applying pressure to specific areas of the feet, hands, or ears. These areas are believed to be connected to different parts of the body. Reflexologists use maps of these zones to improve overall health and balance. This technique has been used for centuries in various cultures, including ancient Egypt and China. Reflexology is thought to help reduce stress, improve blood circulation, and support relaxation. Some people also report relief from headaches, back pain, and digestive issues after treatment. While scientific evidence is still limited, many patients say they feel calmer and more energized after a session. Reflexology is often used along with other treatments to support wellness. It is considered safe for most people when done by a trained professional. Today, reflexology is gaining popularity as a complementary therapy in clinics and even hospitals. A 2015 study found that reflexology helped reduce anxiety in 67% of patients before surgery. In the UK, over 40,000 people receive reflexology sessions each month.
Model 96. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Alexander the Great was born more than 2,300 years ago. In his teens, Alexander was taught by the most famous Greek teacher of his time, Aristotle. Alexander spent his teen years learning the skills of warfare and leadership. He went to war and defeated several Greek cities. He soon brought all of Greece under his control. Alexander then began a long series of battles against the Persian Empire. This empire was ruled by King Darius. Alexander had an army of more than 32,000 foot soldiers. He also had about 5,000 mounted horse soldiers. He defeated Darius in a major battle, but the king escaped. Alexander then traveled to Egypt. He was crowned as a pharaoh, or god-king, by the Egyptians. They were grateful to get rid of their Persian rulers. He founded the city of Alexandria in that country. He later traveled through many lands to the mountains, which were the gateway to India. He won several battles there and even fought against armies that used elephants like tanks. Alexander died of unknown causes when he was 32 years old. Some say it was fever. Others say he was poisoned. In any case, he will always be remembered for the life he lived as one of the greatest commanders of all time.
Model 97. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Goal setting is a powerful way to help individuals and organizations achieve their goals by providing clarity, direction, and motivation. It involves setting specific, measurable, and realistic objectives to stay focused. One effective method is a SMART criteria, where goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Studies show that people who write down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them, making structured goal setting highly effective. One major benefit of goal setting is that it boosts motivation and improves focus. When people have a clear goal, they are more likely to take action and stay committed. It also creates responsibility, allowing individuals to track progress and make improvements. Research suggests that 92% of people fail to achieve their New Year's goals, highlighting the importance of a clear plan. Breaking big goals into smaller steps helps people stay organized and overcome obstacles. In the end, setting and achieving goals leads to greater confidence, satisfaction, and long-term success.
Model 98. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Potatoes are one of the vegetables which we eat almost every day. They were brought to Europe in 1570 from America. The native people of South America ate potatoes long before that time. In the second half of the 16th century, Spanish sailors went to America to look for gold there. They didn't find gold or silver, but they found potatoes and started eating them. They noticed that the sailors who ate potatoes suffer from scurvy. It was a disease that many sailors had in those days. Sailors at that time did not eat fresh fruit and vegetables and did not have enough vitamins. Soon, potatoes were brought to Europe. At first, people in Europe didn't know what to do with the potatoes. In England, some people also tried to grow potatoes, but they did not know how to eat them. It took 200 and 300 years before potatoes became the main food in the world. Potatoes have a lot of benefits for our health. It improves health of people. At present, potatoes are eaten in all countries, and many dishes are cooked of potatoes. They also keep a lot of vitamins, such as vitamin C, which is good for our skin.
Model 99. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. Researchers who study human hand preference agree that the side of the preferred hand, right versus left, is produced by biological and most likely genetic causes. The brain is divided into two hemispheres. In most right-handers, the left hemisphere is the center of language and logical thinking, where they do their math problems and memorize vocabulary. The right hemisphere controls how they understand broad, general ideas and how they respond to their five senses: sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. The left hemisphere of the brain controls the right side of the body, and the right hemisphere controls the left side. Both sides of the body receive the same information from the brain because both hemispheres are connected. However, in right-handed people, the left hemisphere is stronger. In left-handed people, it is the right hemisphere that is stronger. Different-handedness causes differences in people. Although the left hemisphere controls language in most right-handers, 40% of left-handers have the language center in the right hemisphere. The other 60% use the left side of the brain of both sides for languages.
Model 100. Listen to the passage and answer the questions. The science of happiness explores what makes people feel happy and content. Researchers from fields like psychology and brain science study various factors that help our well-being. One key element is positive emotions. Feelings such as joy, gratitude, and love significantly enhance happiness. Doing activities that make us happy and being kind can help grow these feelings. Relationships are also crucial. Strong connections with family and friends provide essential support and love. These social activities make us feel valued and understood. Finding purpose and meaning in life is another important aspect. Activities that match our values, such as volunteering or following hobbies, give us a sense of happiness. Gratitude plays a significant role as well. Being thankful helps us focus on what we have instead of what we lack, improving our mood. Emotional states, relationships, purpose, gratitude, and health all contribute to happiness, helping us lead more fulfilling lives.